My name is Jessica Allen and I'm the Technical Manager with Climasure. Climasure are South Australia's distributor for pro-climber membranes and tapes, and we also consult on the building science behind the use of those membranes. The term building science refers to primarily moisture management and indoor air quality. So by creating an airtight structure, you're changing the internal thermodynamics of a house, and that has knock-on effects. So when we're talking about building science, we're talking about making sure that moisture doesn't get trapped inside the house, is allowed to escape, and the indoor air quality is optimised. Pro-climber membranes are a German-engineered monolithic membrane that essentially means that they have an extremely high durability and they are purpose-made to optimise building health and energy efficiency. Pro-climber membranes are vapour permeable, so that means that any moisture that builds up inside the home or inside the wall system is able to escape and safely dry. It also creates an airtight structure, which means that any pollutants from outside or irritants are less able to come inside the home and create any long-term health issues. So when builders buy the pro-climber membranes, we provide the education to them as to how to actually install them. There are very specific instructions that need to be adhered to in order to be able to claim the warranty if it's ever required. And we are here to answer questions on site whenever they need. For architects, we provide a consultancy service that can help them design an airtight building, and also a building that takes into consideration moisture management. These sorts of things need to be taken into account early in the design phase because they're much harder to fix at the end of a project or when it's about to be built. It's really important for builders and architects to know about building health at the beginning of their projects. As energy efficiency requirements of the building code increase and as consumers demand more energy efficient homes, there are unintended consequences that come along with air tightness and improved insulation. By unintended consequences, I'm referring to mould that can appear on surfaces such as window frames and internal plasterboard. And also what can happen is we get what's called interstitial condensation, which means there's moisture built up inside the wall, and that can cause long-term decay, which can affect the integrity of your structure. So asking the right questions of the right people at the start is really, really important to reduce their risk of warranty claims down the track. I've seen plenty of building failures, including dripping condensation on windows and window frames, mould on plasterboard, and most recently we went to see a client who is wanting to renovate their home. It's about 20 years old, this home, and when the cladding was removed from the outside of the house, the builders found that the frame was so decayed that they could stick their fingers through it. And the reason for that is the way the wall was constructed. There was no ventilated cavity, and the building membrane that was used was also not vapour permeable. So that's 20 years of moisture build up inside that wall that's just decayed the wall beyond repair. In the future, I'd like to see the discussion about building science become part of the early stages of a project. Discussions about air tightness and insulation cover and moisture management are really important. The intention of creating an energy efficient home such as this one is to give the occupants some control over their environment. So if conditions outside aren't optimal, if the temperature is too cold or too hot, if there's smoke or pollutants, the owners can close up the building envelope and remain healthy and comfortable on the inside. When you walk into a home like this, it feels different. So experiencing that is something that you don't know until you know. So by building this house, we're enabling people to come in and experience it for themselves. And I would like people to take that information and use it to build themselves a better and more healthy future.